So today we are going to see all the games that are related to lacing and beading. What is lacing and beading? So beading is when we have a thread and the child has to put beads in that string. These are flat beads or flat shapes. In this the child can understand colors and shapes as well. These are square shapes. These are triangle shapes, this is oval shape, and this is circle. So for a child in the age range of say 2 plus, this kind of games help for pincer grasping, because the child has to hold like this and hold the string like this and put it through like this or like this. For motor skills, because the child has to learn the movement of the hands. Also, as I told you, the child can also recognize colors and shapes in this game. So particularly this game is meant for kids in the age range of 1.5 to 2.5 maximum. Then we increase the difficulty level of these games of beading by giving more beads. We can give more shapes, more beads to them, more shapes, more colors, more beads. Again, the child has to understand pincer grasping and motor movements in this. Now, if we increase a level up, we can use these shapes for lacing. This is called shape, lace and buttons. This particular game is called shape, lace and buttons. In this, there are different shapes. They look like a button, but they are large. These are large enough to be held properly. So these are large buttons made of plastic with 4 holes in it. Now the child can use these to understand how to stitch. So whenever you give this to the child, you make sure that he doesn't turn it this way and that way. So he has to start either this way. If he starts this way, pull it like this without turning the button, then put in the next hole, anywhere in the next hole, then put in the next hole, and then in the next hole without turning the button. This is how it should be done. This is one concept that the child should understand, that how to grope the hole without looking at it directly. So you see, this is how stitching is done. There you can teach different kinds of stitches in the same game. So for example, I teach the kids how to make a cross. So one hole, make a cross stitch, pull it, take in the other hole, and then make another cross. This is how you make crosses. And there are a lot of shapes in this. There is triangle, there circle, there is pentagon, there is a parallelogram, a diamond shape, square, and octagon. So all these shapes are there. You can also teach shapes, colors, but the most important purpose of this game, shape, lace and buttons, is to teach lacing and beading to the kid. This develops concentration, because the child has to hold it nicely, the hand movements, the motor movements, pincer grasping, and of course this helps the child to sit for a longer duration. So this game is meant for kids in the age range of 4 plus. By the time the child is 3.5, 4 plus, he can hold the button properly. He can understand where to put the lace in the holes. Okay. Then if we want to increase difficulty level, now again this one game, we have both plastic beads and wooden beads in this. These are the wooden beads and these are the plastic beads. Now why is it difficult? Because in these beads these are 3D. So the child has to push the thread across pushing the thread across like this while holding it like this is of very high difficulty for any child in the age range of 3 plus. So this game is meant for eye-hand coordination, pincer grasping and motor movements on a slightly difficult level. So with this we finish the beading. Now we come to what is lacing. Lacing is when these shapes are there and you have to lace them through. So we start this way and then go down without turning the shape, then go up, then go down without turning the shape. This is called lacing. This is like proper stitching that we do. So we have lacing in this way, in which there is a single shape and we lace it through. Sometimes the kid might find might skip a hole or two, which is okay, but ideally the child should not turn the piece and just take the lace up and down. So this is one kind of lacing. There are more lacing games. So you can see this is one kind of lacing in which the child has done lacing across the shape, which is a unique way of doing it, although the lacing was to be done like this. So this looks very nice, but actually the lacing has to be done in this manner. I'll just show you. So you take the lace like this, go down, go up. So you see, I have to grope the hole, go up, go down, hold it, extend it, and then go down, go down. Quite a difficult task for smaller kids because the holes are very nearby. Okay, this is, so some child has done lot of lacing on this. Okay, very nicely done. If you look at this one, see how nicely it is being done from hair to hair this way, and then completing it by touching all the holes up and down. Very nicely and properly done. Okay, this is another method of lacing. I want to show more shapes of lacing. Okay, this is a lacing in which the child has to lace on the numbers, the digits that are there. So this is 6, this is 7. The laces are given along. So there are numbers from 0 to 9 in this. This game is Stringy Trail by Clever Cubes, again a game of lacing, but this is in fact more interesting. You have to see the color of the lace, you have to see the color of the shape and do it accordingly. So this is pink, we have to do the lacing with pink. Okay, so we do the lacing with pink in this one. Okay, and then we have to take other colors. There is blue and green. Yeah, so see, some child has done this green lacing, then there is blue lacing, there is yellow for this, and there is pink lace. Okay, I'll use the pink lace for the shape. Yes, so they have made it more interesting by giving different designs with different colors on it. There's green, pink, yellow and blue for the water, and then this is, and there's a car and there's this street light on that, and they have given 4 color laces in this game. There's a fish, and okay, there's a table, a chair, a curtain, then there's an umbrella in this. All 4 colors are used on each piece. So they have given 6 cards, 4 laces in this game, and made it more interesting by adding the colors and shapes to it. Now the last one, which is on a higher difficulty, is in each of these 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 cards, they have given an extra piece to be put on this. So this is a turtle, and they have given this piece to be put on this. So I am using a green lace because this is green, it will look nice. Now if you see very closely, there is a starting point given over here. They have marked the starting point, and they have marked that place over here also. So we already know that we have to put it like this. Okay, this makes it very slightly easier for the child to understand where to start and how to lace. So we start like this, and keeping both the pieces together, because the child's hand is very small, he might not be able to hold the two pieces together, so that way it is difficult. And also because taking both the holes simultaneously can be difficult for the child. So I would say this is on a higher difficulty note, meant for kids in the age range of 5 plus. So you see, even groping the hole can be difficult. So you go up and down like this. Same way they have given a clock, and along with the clock they have given a hand of the clock. They have given the starting point in this also. Then there is okay, let's see what is that. That is, this is possibly a racket sort of thing on which we have to keep the ball, or something else. I'm not able to make out what is this, but here we have to put the ball in this. Or is it something? Oh, no, this is a pan. This is a pan, and we have to put the egg on this. They have given the starting point here. Yes, this is how it will work. This, then they have given ice cream with dollops on it. We have to put this together. Okay, there is this hand glove with the ball to catch, and they have again given the starting point. If you look very closely, the starting point, and we put the holes together, and then we can start the lacing. This one. Okay, so this is the highest on difficulty for lacing. All the lacing games are very good for motor development, hand development, and sorry, not hand development, motor development of the hand, and also for increasing concentration, for eye-hand coordination, for keeping the child engaged and do something, not just run a car or something like a small toy, but do something with this. So I have this last game with me, which is again lacing with buttons. So there is this wooden shirt. These are the buttons given with this, and we have the thread with it. So a proper job of putting buttons is given. So let's see how to do this. I'll open it. I'll open this. Okay. So this is not looking very neat the way it is done. I'll just show you how it should be done. So we start with, say, a blue button. Okay, we start from down here, and we put the blue button with this. Okay. One button. Okay, the second button, whichever way, either you can go down or you can go up, but it has to look neat. And this is not at all easy for the kids, for smaller kids. I might be able to do it quite easily because of the size of my hands, but holding a shirt, a wooden shirt, and buttons, and then putting across it can be difficult. So you have to see that the child doesn't turn the shirt like this and like this. The eye-hand coordination has to be maintained. And then this. So when the child is doing it, you must explain that this should be done neatly like this. So this was the last lacing thing that I wanted to explain. So we know we have all these games. There's lacing with 2 pieces, lacing with colored laces, lacing with numbers on it, lacing with insects, lacing fun insects, and all these with beads and buttons.